Dear students, welcome to my channel. Today in this session we are going to discuss about the chapter electrochemistry of grade 12. Electrochemistry is the branch of chemistry which deals with the study of chemical and physical processes in which electricity is either produced or consumed. It's called electrochemistry. That is, it is the branch of chemistry that deals with the chemical and physical process where electric current is involved. To study the production or consumption of electrical energy in the chemical or physical process, the given system should be in electrical communication. Such a communication is established by using electrical conductors. These are the substances which conduct electricity or are the substances which allow electricity to pass through them. A substance can be broadly classified into two types on the basis of electrochemistry. That is, electrical conductors and insulators. Substances that conduct electricity are called electrical conductors. For example, metals, alloys, electrolytes. But the substances which do not conduct electricity are called insulators. Glass, rubber, plastics, sugar, urea are the examples of insulators. Electrical conductors can be further divided into three types: metallic or electronic conductors, electrolytic or ionic conductors, and gaseous conductors. In metallic conductor, the conduction of electricity takes place due to the migration of electrons. For example, metals, alloys, and certain oxides of metals also. Similarly, in case of electrolytic conductors, the conduction of electricity takes place due to the migration of ions. Examples of electrolytic conductors are aqueous solutions of acid, bases, salts, alkalis, in molten state or in aqueous state. Because in aqueous phase or in molten phase, they can liberate mobile ions, which are the responsible for the electricity. There are another conductors called gaseous conductors. As we know, at ordinary conditions, gases don't conduct electricity, but they can conduct electricity under high pressure and low pressure or in presence of certain radiation, as we studied the discharge tube in modern physics. Now let's discuss about the difference between metallic conductor and electrolytic conductors. In metallic conductor, conduction is due to the movement of electrons, valence electrons, free electrons. But in electrolytic conductor, conduction is due to the movement of ions, that is mobile ions actually. For example, sodium chloride is electrolytic conductor or electrolyte, because in aqueous phase or in molten phase they can conduct electricity due to the migration of mobile ions. But here we should be clear that solid NaCl cannot conduct electricity, though it has ions, but it has not mobile ions to conduct the electricity. Okay? In metallic conductor, it involves no change in chemical properties of conductor. Here involves the change in chemical properties of conductor. No transfer of matter takes place during the conduction in metallic conductor, but in electrolytic conductor, transfer of matter takes place during the conduction. Here important thing is that conduction decreases with the rise of temperature because it increases the resistance to flow of electrons by the increase of the amplitude of vibration of metal atoms in the lattice. But in this case, conduction increases with the rise of temperature because it increases the mobility of ions. After discussing about the basic terms, in this chapter we study following topics, that is electrolysis, electrolytic conductance and galvanic cell. First we start electrolysis. Before going to the definition of electrolysis, first of all, let's talk about where electrolysis is done. The device where electrolysis is done is called electrolytic cell. This is the figure of electrolytic cell. Electrolyte in molten phase or in aqueous phase is kept in a cell where anode and cathode are dipped in it, and it is connected to the conducting wires to external electrical circuit, that is battery. Electrodes are the substance where discharge of ion takes place. Discharge means the changing of ions into neutral atoms. For example, if Na plus goes to Na, then it is called discharge. Another example, if Cl minus goes to Cl, then it is also called discharge, because here charged particle undergoes to form neutral atom. If Na plus goes to Na and Cl minus goes to Cl, then this is discharging process, and opposite is charging process. So electrodes are the substance used in this electrolytic cell where discharge of ion takes place. And electrodes are of two types: non-attackable and attackable electrodes. Non-attackable electrode means the electrodes which do not react with electrolyte undergoing discharge during electrolysis are called non-attackable or inert electrode. For example, platinum, graphite. Attackable electrodes are those electrodes which take part in chemical reaction with electrolyte. For example, copper anode loses its weight gradually during the electrolysis of copper sulfate solution. Electrodes can also be classified as anode and cathode. Electrodes which are connected to the positive terminal of the battery. Positive terminal of the battery is called anode, and the electrodes which are connected to the negative terminal of the battery is called cathode. And remember that at cathode always reduction takes place, and at anode always oxidation takes place. And here I have written in case of battery, negative electrode as anode and positive electrode as cathode. We will discuss about this topic in galvanic cell. At cathode always reduction takes place, at anode always oxidation takes place. Here we have mnemonics red cat. Red means reduction and here cat means cathode. So reduction always takes place in cathode. Another we have mnemonics CR. Probably you all students use this term in your class, CR. Okay, class representative. Here C is cathode and R is reduction, CR. Okay, so what is electrolysis? Electrolysis can be defined as the process of chemical decomposition of an electroactive substance at the surface of electrodes dipped in the electrolyte present either in dissolved or in molten state by the passage of electric current. Okay, actually it is the redox phenomenon. Why redox phenomenon? Redox means it is the combination of reduction plus oxidation. Let's take an example of electrolysis of molten NaCl. In this electrolytic cell, molten NaCl is taken and molten NaCl ionized as Na plus and Cl minus. Na plus is cation, Cl minus is anion. And when electricity is passed, cation, that is Na plus, goes to cathode and Cl minus, which is anion, goes to anode, because Na plus, which is positive, gets attracted to the negative terminal of the battery, and Cl minus, which is negative, which is anion, gets attracted to the positive terminal of the battery. Hence, at cathode, Na plus gains electron to form sodium, that is, sodium ion discharged to sodium. At anode, Cl minus loses its electron to this positive terminal of the battery and gets discharged to form Cl. When ions are discharged into neutral atom at the surface of electrodes, the products are called primary product. Here, sodium and chlorine atoms are primary products. When discharged atom, this chlorine, subsequently combine to form molecule, that is Cl2. This new product is called secondary product and the change is called secondary change. So this one is primary change, this one is also primary change, but this one is secondary change. If we combine these two equations at cathode and at anode, we'll get this final equation, net equation. How? Let's see. Na plus gains electron to form sodium, balance it. Cl minus goes to finally Cl2. We have to write final equation, balance this equation. 2e and minus 2e cancelled, that is 2Na plus 2Cl minus gives 2Na plus Cl2. This one 2Na plus 2Cl minus comes from molten NaCl, like 2NaCl gives 2Na plus 1 molecule of Cl2. For further examples, we will discuss in next video.